Hello and welcome to another edition of our Client for Life newsletter. I'm Lynne Wilton. I'd particularly like to welcome my new members to the program in the last fortnight. We've been very busy at Solid. Today I'd like to talk to you about suburbs and suburb performance. Everybody who knows me knows that I'm passionate about the donut. In fact, I've been preaching the donut since I founded Solid Group. Here's the thing. Everyone has an opinion on a suburb, and statistics and medium house prices speak for themselves. But what I want to talk to you today is about having a balanced view in your portfolio. I've got friends that only buy one-bedroom properties and they only rent them to single females. They have a view, they have a formula and they stick to it and they've made money. I personally like a balance. I've bought property in Sandringham, Camberwell, Brunswick, all within 18 months of each other, thinking that possibly Camberwell would outperform my other two properties. Not so. Sandringham's the leader in the pack, believe it or not, followed by Brunswick, and Camberwell's coming a third. Camberwell is a well-recognised blue chip suburb of Melbourne. It is one of the founding residences and it's a great investment attraction spot because of the amenities and the shops and all the infrastructure. Am I worried about my property in Camberwell? Not at all, because I know that it will perform well in the longer term. And that's what I say to everybody. Your property portfolio is not the share market. You don't dial it up and look at its value every day. I always take a long-term view. I've had properties double in 3.5 years, and I've had some double in 10 years. I've had some triple in 11 years. But I've always stuck to the donut principle. I've always stuck to buying where the shops are, where the coffee flows and the wine is plentiful and the transport's just down the road. And it works 9 times out of 10. And here's the other thing. In a market like today, rentals are in a little bit of a slump. We are down on rentals. Why is that? It's because when interest rates hit as low as 4.7, 4.8 and 4.9 is where they're at the moment, what happens is the top of the rental market suddenly become the bottom of the buying market. Everybody moves up over the line that's in that top belt. Where do they come from? They come from the rental market. That is why you see a slight repression of rental prices at the moment. The reality is that we've got a boost in other areas. Our property market's going gangbusters. So when you're looking at your portfolio, don't be so hung up about suburb. I wrote an article about 4 years ago about Baldwin, how I felt Baldwin was an absolutely fabulous buying zone, particularly for primary place of residence. It was the languishing cousin to Hawthorn, Camberwell, and other neighbouring suburbs. But what happens is after a period of time, people think if I cross this road or I go one extra train station, I'm up on investment, capital growth, and I'm down on my mortgage. And that's really what people want. They want to get a little bit of advantage somewhere. Baldwin's had 34% growth in apartments in the last 1 to 2 years, and that's an obscene amount of growth. But if you actually look at the neighbouring suburbs, they've held firm and they've performed in sync. So I really encourage everybody, by all means, do your suburb research, but stick to the formula. Buy a good property in a good location with plenty of cafes, amenity, transport's the key. And you'll find at the end of the day, your whole portfolio will perform well. So by all means, join me for some more of my talks on properties and where to buy. And don't forget, stick to the donut. Thanks for listening.